What's like the craziest interview you've done? I mean, getting a gun pulled on you. That's pretty insane.
There's an interview very popular on my channel with a girl named Juliana, or Diamond. She goes by on Skid Row. And she was doing all kinds of crazy drugs. Crystal meth for sure, but then rat poison. She was smoking rat poison.
What?
Yeah, smoking other drugs too. And yeah, I would see her every day. I'd see her all the time. And she was a character. But this one morning, I pull up my car up to the studio, and she's just standing waiting at my door. And she goes, "Hey, Mark." And I go, hey, Diamond, what's up? And she goes, "I want to do a video." I'm like, "All right, come on, let's do it." So I set up, and she was just lit, just on fire. Great, kind of like Rebecca almost, with that like just crazy, very very different than Rebecca, but just like so entertaining and so silly and fun. And I don't know if she believed the thing she was saying, but it's half comedy, it's half sad, it's a little bit. That's what I love about art, is when it's poignant and happy and sad and funny, and it takes all the emotions, and they all, like in one movie. If a movie can have all of these things in one, that's my kind of movie.
What are some of your favorite movies?
I've said, people have asked me before, Jabberwocky, which is a Terry Gilliam movie.
Never seen it.
I've never heard anybody say anything great about it, but to me, it's a magnificent movie, because it's a beautiful movie. First off, beautiful to look at. It's set in medieval times. Jabberwocky is a story about a guy who fights the dragon and saves the village, I think, or gets the princess or whatever. And Michael Palin is the, I think he's just a little goofy guy who ends up, I think he slays the dragon or something. I forget the whole story, but it's a funny, poignant, beautiful, well acted, just a masterpiece. I've watched it many, many, many times.
Wow, Jabberwocky.
Beautiful. And then, of course, I love The Godfather, and I love Francis Ford Coppola is magnificent. And there's so many great movies.
Yeah, I mean, your channel proves that truth is often stranger than fiction. Like, as you're talking, I mean, I'm like being flooded by just like memories of like shock and awe from watching various videos of yours. And like, I just remembered I was watching an interview where it was like a couple, and the guy was what's the proper term? Coprophagic. Like, he enjoyed eating his girlfriend's excrement. Was that on your channel?
Yeah, that's my channel.
Yeah, of course it was.
I never heard that term before, but I've interviewed some like people. Sometimes I'm like frustrated or just mystified by how people don't seem to understand what they're watching when they're watching my channel. Because like I've done videos, like when I'm interviewing a married trick on Figueroa Street, a guy who's married, his wife doesn't know that he's seeing prostitutes, and he comes to talk to me. I have to pay him a lot of money to talk, but he's willing to do it. I tell him that your wife is going to find out. I got 6 million subscribers on Facebook, which is mostly female. I've got 6 million subscribers on YouTube, which is mostly male. Your wife's going to find out. He goes, "That's why I'm doing it." So I've had this happen more than once, where these married men come on and say, "Yeah, I see prostitutes. My wife doesn't know about it. She's at home." Where the fuck are you going to find that? And the viewers are just making these stupid ass comments. Like, you don't understand what you're looking at. I mean, to me, it's like these are diamonds. Everybody I interview is a diamond of some sort to me. I look at them all as these like little diamonds that I found. And I'm just like, I'm in awe of all of them. I love them all. And so like, what was the one you were talking about? The guy who eats
his girlfriend's shit.
He eats his girlfriend's crap. There's a term for that. Scat, yeah. So he likes to eat his girlfriend's excrement.
That is a fascinating interview to watch.
It's a fascinating interview. And he talks about it, and he explains as well as anybody can why he does it. And it kind of makes sense if you just get over the fact that he's eating crap. And then the same thing with the cuckold couple from Memphis. I just did a second interview with them. It's a white couple in their probably 20s or maybe 30 years old. And he admits on camera that he has a micro penis, very, very small. And she likes guys that are endowed nicely, and she finds
She's these size queen.
She likes black dudes, and she will line them up. She has a tattoo on her chest that says something, Queen of Spades. And apparently, if you have that tattoo, that's like, it's on. Black guys, some black guys will know that if you have that tattoo, it's. And she'll go in the parking lot and take care of the guy, or she'll do whatever. And she does this all the time. And her boyfriend watches, and they've been together for like 9-10 years, I think.
Yeah, you're wondering how they managed to stay together. So they must love each other.
They seem to really love each other. Like I've seen them on camera and off in these 2 interviews. They seem to truly love each other, and they have really good communication. And he gets it, and she gets it. Like, who am I to say that they're not happy? They're happy. They seem to be happy, happier than a lot of married couples I see. You know.
Yeah.
But I mean that to me is the magic of some of what I'm doing is, where the fuck are you going to find these kind of talks anywhere? There's nowhere else on planet Earth that you can go to find these kind of talks.
I can't believe you were able to get, or like they were willing to go on camera. The couple where the boyfriend eats, enjoys eating the girlfriend's shit. Like they've got to have social lives. They've got to have jobs, right?
Yeah, they have jobs.
One would assume.
Yeah. That's why I'm saying, like, people in the comments don't even understand or appreciate what they're watching. They just want to place some judgment on, like, dude, if you really understood what you're watching, you wouldn't leave any comment. You would just fucking learn and just shake your head the rest of the day.
Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, some of these things are insane.
Have you ever had issues where you'll interview a subject and after the fact they're like, I don't want, like, maybe that was a bad idea, like trying to get you to like not upload it, or do you have them sign? I have
everyone sign a release saying that I can use it. But if anybody ever comes to me and says, "Hey," I've had like prostitutes who's like, they did the interview, they got their money. I pay everybody, like especially on Figueroa Street, I pay them, and then she says, "Oh, I'm going to lose my kids with that. I didn't realize that I'm going to get in trouble with CPS and all this, so I have to delete the video." And that's a drag. But that happens. It hasn't happened a lot, but it's happened a few times, or for other reasons. I've had everything you can imagine.
Wow.
If you think about how unstable these people are.
Oh, yeah.
Like, at one point I realized, like, I've interviewed thousands of people now. I'll bet you probably less than 0.5% of them have paid taxes. Like, nobody I'm interviewing, especially when I was on Skid Row, there's nobody paying taxes that I've interviewed. Now that's changed because I'm doing much more respectable people. But early on, there was like a bunch of derelict.
At this point, you must get a lot of inbound, though, right?
I get tons of it, yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, I have Noelle, who's my assistant. She just fields all the emails, and we get tons of messages on Facebook and Instagram, but mostly the emails are how we field them.
Is there anything
and we get gold? It's like a treasure trove. Every morning we come in, like, oh, look at this.
Wow.
It's great.
Is there anything that you won't platform for whatever reason?
No, but like certain things, I get gang members saying I'm the baddest motherfucker there ever was, and I got a story that's going to blow up the internet and it's going to go viral as fuck. And those I just don't. I steer away from. They never work out. I maybe early on I did a couple of those, and it's like, whether they're fake or not, the audience just perceives them as fake. And they just go, oh, this is bullshit. This is bullshit. And when you read enough comments saying this is bullshit, like, nobody's really going to watch it. And the whole experience is just unpleasant. I've done plenty of videos. I mean, a lot of people say, oh, these stories are fake. They're not fake. There are some that are not told well. And when somebody tells I had a guy who worked with the cartels. He was in the Midwest. I didn't give his location. But he was working with cartels. I think he became an informant. And he wanted to do a talk, so I paid him a lot of money to do this talk. He wore a mask, and he talked about what it was like. And he was not a good storyteller, but that doesn't mean his story wasn't true. And then he was murdered, I think a week or two, like 10 days after I posted the video. Not because of the video. I found out I was horrified that it was because of the video, but I found out it was not. But there are plenty of comments saying this is fake. It wasn't fake. And there have been plenty of other videos. I get literally every video I post, there's some comments saying oh, this is bullshit. I try not to post bullshit. I posted a couple. Will, a war vet, is totally a lie, but I think I even explained that in the either in the pinned comment or in the beginning of the video. There's another one of a girl named what's her name? I forget her name. But she's a fentanyl addict, and she had the story about how her kids died in a house fire and all this, and it was all fake. It was all made up. But it was just interesting to hear somebody making up these lies. And I think I had a disclaimer or the little warning at the beginning saying this is all untrue.
What's her most popular video?
The Whitakers.
The Whitakers.
And then the second one would be Azraya, this prostitute who's on Figueroa Street. Very, very pretty girl, but she has face tattoos.
Oh, I've seen
Yeah, and it's just something about that video just triggered everything and everybody. She got 5 marriage proposals. She still get to this day. I got an email last week from some guy who says, I want to take care of her. Give her my number. I want to take care of her.
Would you comply?
Well, I don't really like doing that because somebody's going to get murdered or something bad's going to happen. So I try not to be a matchmaker. You know, you have to be careful with what you're doing and who you're connecting with who.
Absolutely.
You don't know who owes money to who or who's got some gang affiliation and somebody wants to kill somebody or like. I just don't try not to make these. I try not to make those kind of connections.
Is she still in the streets?
I don't know. Everything that comes out of her mouth is kind of a lie, so I don't even know what the truth is. Whoa. I just find her fascinating because she's this interesting character. She's super interesting and she lies constantly. Sometimes she's being prompted to lie by her brother, who's the father of her kid.
What?
That's a whole nother conversation.
Oh my God.
Yeah. It's a hell of a story.
Her brother's the father of her kid.
Her half brother is the father of her child.
Jesus. And
he's a con artist to the nth degree. Just like that's all he does is BS. They're a crazy couple. But you know, initially everybody loved her, and now that he's part of the picture, they kind of hate them, especially him. Social media is crazy.
Crazy.
The amount of hate is it's insane sometimes.
Yeah.
Hey, if you like that video, you need to check out this one here, and I'll see you there.